Hello, thank you for clicking on this video and for taking the time out of your busy day to offer input on this particular O&P outcome measure that we hope you find as interesting as we do. Our survey is entitled "Is there clinical application potential for a condensed Edinburgh visual gait scoring outcome measure within O&P practice?" EVGS is an outcome measure which quantifiably documents ambulation before and after the incorporation of a selected variable, like an AFO, a new prosthesis, or physical therapy. It is a visual gait analysis outcome measure, meaning it doesn't require expensive, high-speed cameras, just a simple video camera on your phone or tablet. It was originally developed in 2003 to gauge the effects of AFO interventions on the gait of children with spastic CP, and it's the principal visual gait analysis outcome measure endorsed by the American Academy of Orthotist-Prosthetists, AAOP. This chart illustrates the sagittal plane range of motions of the hip in blue, the knee in green, and the ankle in red as they progress through the gait cycle. Here is that same chart with the 17 parameters of EVGS highlighted throughout the gait cycle. You'll see that there are 12 parameters highlighted in stance phase, leaving 5 for swing phase, with a special emphasis placed at temporal mid-stance, where there is 7 parameters in total. And so those 17 observational parameters are graded on a scale of 0, 1, or 2, with 2 being the largest deviation from normal human gait, and 0 constituting no major change from normal human gait ranges. Meaning if you had the most compromised pathological gait, you'd score 34 out of 34 across all 17 parameters. What's important to know is that researchers have shown that a change of 2.4 points from a before and after trial constitutes clinical significance for the demonstration of a clinically valid change. Each of the individual parameters have their own custom criteria which constitute whether a 0, 1, or 2 can be graded. In the top left, you'll note that this parameter assesses foot clearance throughout swing phase. No foot drop was observed, so the patient was assigned a 0. Full swing phase clearance was achieved. Conversely, in the bottom right, a grade of 2 was assigned for this individual who displayed max tibial shank inclination, or dorsiflexion, and how it exceeded over 40 degrees, which constituted a grade of 2. So there are many demonstrated positives of EVGS, but principally it provides an excellent marketing and patient education tool because of the quantifiable and very visual nature of an EVGS readout. The drawbacks, however, include that it's very lengthy in time, from 15 to 25 minutes. If we think about the heavy hitters in O&P, when it comes to outcome measures, we think of the AMP Pro, the AMP No Pro, 10-meter walk test, 4-square test. Those all pale in comparison in length of time to the EVGS. Additionally, there are pelvis parameters that are hard for the grading prosthetist orthotist to grade accurately. In addition, there's a transverse plane parameter that can also cause some problems too. So with AAOP so strongly lobbying for orthotist-prosthetists to use the EVGS, we asked the question, how can we make EVGS more widely used by orthotist-prosthetists in daily clinical practice scenarios? So we proposed the following. By eliminating redundant parameters and guesswork grading parameters, we can aim to try and reduce the overall length of the test from 25 down to a more manageable 10 minutes. We're proposing a condensed EVGS. As mentioned previously, traditional EVGS incorporates 17 parameters across the gait cycle, spread out over 12 moments. We propose the removal of 7 of those parameters and adding an additional parameter and a question, resulting now in 11 parameters across 10 moments. Also removing coronal plane video and just substituting a coronal plane temporal mid-stance photo. So here is that sagittal plane gait graph again. Here's that gait graph with an overlay of the 17 parameters of traditional EVGS. And here are the parameters that we propose to remove. You'll note that there are 5 at temporal mid-stance, which includes 2 pelvis assessments, 1 trunk, and 2 during swing phase. The 2 swing phase parameters are substituted out by a simple question asking the user if there is vaulting or circumduction being observed, as well as the addition of a valgum verum presence at temporal mid-stance, something that was left out of the original 2003 iteration. So here is the final proposed C-EVGS, which includes 8 stance phase parameters and 3 swing phase parameters, along with an additional question of if there is vaulting or circumduction observed. Thank you for your time. Please return to the survey page to provide your input on the C-EVGS, or rewind the video and pause on various charts or topics that you feel might warrant further clarification or inspection.